Hey, what's up, folks? The looks like the link went out a little too soon. I wasn't gonna wasn't gonna go live for a little bit, but I saw somehow I don't know how that happened. I don't know how the link went out, but it's Monday Smartphone News, and I got things going off. It's Monday Smartphone News, and just want to do another live edition of Monday Smartphone News for you guys, man. Just kind of relaxing. I thought, you know what, I'm gonna come down. Let me adjust this camera a little bit. All right. So if you're your first time being on a Monday Smartphone News Live, it's your man Jay, put me off to the side if you're at work. I know a lot of you guys work during the day, and it is Monday, and I know that you guys have to take care of your business. So again, sit me off to the side, put your earphones in. Just going to chat about a few things that I see in the news for the tech world. So that being said, hello to everyone coming in. Sneaking in what's in it. Hey, yeah, I saw your last tweet, man. I was laughing, Gigi. That's cool, man. We got a lot in common. You have no idea. But in the news, man. Wow, it was a busy week. The note and all that stuff. We chat about that all the time. But there's some. Speaking of Samsung, you know what I'm saying. So they're supposedly 104 megapixel. Come on, that's I don't understand what that's about. But 104 megapixel sensor or something like that. I don't know what the purpose of that would be. Uh, but this is the way the industry goes. Some think that the bigger the count, the better. And I personally um, don't feel any type of way about it. If they release a 104 megapixel camera on a device, so what? I don't think it's going to perform any better for what we do in the tech world, unless it's going to be unless it's going to be something along the lines of I think content creators they should dig into something. Yeah, LaShawn said the bigger the better, right? They should dig into something for video recording, like for people who Techzilla, man, what's going on, man? It's like 3 in the morning over there, or 2 in the morning, right? Something like that. Where Techzilla is at. Um, I would love to see a phone that is geared towards uh, video recording. Some people I thought the Sony Xperia One was going to be that device. But wah, wah, wah. Nope, I had a lot of problems with it. Had to ditch it. So right now, LG seems to be the phone of choice for people who use. Oh, it's 5 p.m. there. Okay, there we go. Because it's 11 a.m. here. Okay, gotcha. Hey everybody that's just joining in. Monday Smartphone News Live. Um, Told you I might try to do this every Monday. Not sure. Don't want to commit to that. But definitely going to try. But yeah, so I want to see a phone that is geared more towards content creators for YouTube in particular. Because right now, LG seems to be the phone of choice for a lot of content creators when they're doing videos. If they don't have a DSLR, if they don't use one regularly, if they don't use it just seems like LG is what people use. I was trying to say, wish it was 5 p.m. Yeah, it seems like LG is the phone of choice, and I think a lot of content creators who do videos, um, they use an LG for a lot of their videos. I do in particular. I use LG for a ton of content on the channel. Not as much as I used to, but that was like it switched from LG, it switched from HTC to LG, and that is just LG phones just make sense. The G8 just makes sense. The V30, the V40 is supposed to be great. The V50, well, I did the V40, but the V50 is supposed to be great. I think I want to see something geared specifically towards YouTube content creators that can do 4K 60 frames per second, unlimited, and not the iPhone. The iPhone isn't. I don't look at the iPhone as a content creator's device. The G8 is the quality is so much better than, and I have other phones that have good quality, but when it comes to content creation, I gotta have something like the G8. That's my benchmark for doing videos for YouTube. So stepchild, Sean's crazy. Um, but this 104 megapixel camera that Samsung is the sensor that they're talking about. Um, I wonder, what's it going to do for content creators? You know, Sean is crazy. So speaking of LG, I know you guys, if you haven't already seen, this is Money Smartphone News. Why YouTubers don't review blue phones. Blue phones are not worth reviewing anymore, if you want my honest opinion. Blue phones, I'll sidestep that real quick. I saw the comment there. Let me pull up my chat over here so I can get a better view. I can get a view on the laptop here. Just a second here. But blue phones, to me, aren't worth reviewing anymore because their phones are all redundant, and there's nothing exciting about blue phones for a content creator. Like there's too many other phones out there that crush blue phones, and it's just about Motorola in particular they murder blue phones. Blue phones don't stand a chance when it comes to today's market. They did at one point. Respect to blue, no diss on blue, but blue phones used to hit hard in a certain time. What's going on, everybody? Cliff, all you guys, the infamous Junebug, what's going on, man? Blue phones used to hit at any given time. They were good. Tech Loving Mom, I see you guys coming in. If you're just joining in, I'm just starting off Monday Smartphone News. Tanner does tech. I see you there. Just kicking off, you didn't miss anything. Just kind of talking about the sensor that Samsung's coming out with, this 104 megapixel sensor or whatever it is. And kind of chatting about blue all of a sudden. I got this question raised about blue. Again, blue phones to me used to be good, but not anymore. They're not good for the tech world because of companies like Motorola, in my opinion. This is just my opinion. I'm not saying I'm right. But blue phones just aren't good anymore. And that's why I don't review them anymore. I'm not gonna be bold like LaShawn and call them trash. I'm just not interested in blue phones. They used to hit at one point, but as long as you have Motorola and all these other companies out here who are very affordable, the Moto G line smashes pretty much all of the blue phone. One Moto G7 smashes all of the blue phone lineup. Yeah, it's just, I don't know. That's just what it is. Yeah, and the Samsung A series, good catch, Tech Rant. I decided to change it up and not use the Moto G7, my favorite phone to stream with. So I know the quality isn't as good, but I'm testing out the live stream from the A70. As a matter of fact, this is the A70. So I'm looking through the viewfinder, and it doesn't look that good to me for the live stream. It looks kind of bright. I don't know how to put it, but yeah, quality isn't as good. I was going to stream with my Moto G7, so apologies for the bad quality. And I didn't want to sit upstairs in the office, so I was like, I'm going to go grab a phone and get a tripod and go downstairs. But, blue phones are, they're okay. They're not, I wouldn't buy one because I don't want MediaTek processors. Nothing against MediaTek processors. You know what? Let's just get off of this because I'm not even interested in blue phones. Their customer service is okay. I did a warranty exchange with them before. It's okay. But like the person said, Big House Productions, there's too many other phones out there that are way better than blue phones. So I wouldn't waste my money on a blue phone. That's just me. But I saw something from Tech Rant when we were talking about I was talking about content creation, a phone. And he said something about the iPhone. Let me scroll back up and find it if I can find it here. An iPhone is a creator's phone at this point, especially with LumaFusion. Well, I don't think the quality. I mean, the iPhones are good, but I don't think it stands a chance against shooting footage against the G7 or anything in the LG line. From my personal humble experience, it crushes the iPhone. People say that the iPhone is the best for video creation to a certain extent. The iPhones are really good. The advantage that the iPhone has, man, is it can do unlimited until the storage runs out and there's no overheating. There's just no problems with the phone recording. But when it comes to straight up quality, I wouldn't record my videos with an iPhone 10 or 10 Plus or whatever over the LG G8, the LG V40, any of those phones. The wide angle is better. You get crisp quality. The microphones are better. There's just so many things that are better on when I compare phones to Apple phones when it comes to video recording for YouTube. I do use iPhones sometimes, but not. I couldn't. I don't think I could use it for a. I would have to have the perfect lighting, and those are the times when I've used an iPhone for creation. I had to have the LEDs pointing at the right. It had to be perfect. But with most of my other LG phones, you just point and shoot. The audio is good. I can adjust everything with that. And that's not to say that the iPhone is bad, but you're right. LumaFusion is something that a lot of content creators use. iMovie is good. iMovie is great. Some people buy LumaFusion, but if you, it comes in. It's flawless when it comes to certain things. iMovie is good enough for me. I just use iMovie. But iPhones, when it comes to just the final cut, no pun intended, Tanner does take it. I saw it just pop up in the chat. iMovie is good to me, but when it comes to the final straw, I wouldn't use it. If you had, okay, so to the content creators in this stream, your honest, humble opinion, would you use an iPhone to record for your entire channel over an LG device? I personally can't. Even though I know iPhones are very, very good quality in certain situations, but I don't think I could use an iPhone over an LG device when it comes to straight recording on my channel. That's all I had to use because there's no wide angle. You can't control the audio. I will always have to edit and post. There's just too many things that I would have to do with an iPhone over an LG if I were going to. That's not to say that the iPhone isn't doable for content creation. It's just that the LG devices, not just the G8, the V line, period, it just does better to me than an iPhone when it comes to creation. Because I see Apple with these things about, how they did the shooting videos and stuff like that. I'm like, y'all, yeah, you guys are shooting videos with these iPhones, but you're not, telling it, you're not being all the way. It's kind of hard to explain, but they're shooting the videos, but they're using gimbals and all this other stuff. So they're making it look a certain way. Now, so speaking of LG, the G8X is something that just kind of stumbled onto the internet, and it pretty much still shows that you can use the headphone jack, and you can you can just do a whole bunch with LG devices, man. The LG G8X has the same design. Pretty much, it has like a teardrop at the top for the front camera, but after that, it has the full display. Supposedly it has an in-screen fingerprint reader, and it's the 3 camera setup on the back, and it has a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack. So it's interesting to know that some companies, and this phone, this G8X, won't cost $1,000. There's just no way. And it's not to say that it's not worth it. It's just that, LG's quality, it's like the value ratio. You're getting a whole bunch. To everybody's just coming in, man, this Monday Smartphone News. I just want to take a second to chat about what's in the news. And so if you're just joining in, all the content creators, thanks for stopping by. If you're not a content creator, just whoever's in the stream, make sure you don't get in trouble. Sit me off to the side and, put the earphones in, put your Bluetooth on, and just ride along. So to my surprise, HTC just dropped something in the bucket. They said, hey, we're not done yet. And they got this little teaser out on Twitter. If you haven't seen it, it's not on the new, it's not teased on the US site. It's teased on the HTC India. So if you don't follow HTC India on Twitter, hit them up and you can see what they just posted. They pretty much are coming forward with, we're still in the game. But I wonder how this would equate to the U.S. market, because I would actually be comfortable. It's unfortunate, but I would actually be comfortable with HTC dropping something in. Sean, here he comes, man. I would be happy if HTC just dropped something in the market in the U.S., even if they decide to go with just the pocket-friendly budget versions. You know what I'm saying? So, if they just drop anything to stay consistent, they too would blow out phones like blue. It's just what it is. it's a matter of, I see everybody coming into the live stream. Appreciate you guys stopping by. It's a matter of them staying relevant, and I really wish that HTC would do something. Just do something. Put something out there, and I like that. V stands for video for the LG. But I wish they would just do something to keep themselves relevant in the U.S. because I talked about HTC on another stream, and they just kind of, their phones are so much better than what they get credit for, and it's just what it is, man. That's just how it goes. HTC has a lot of phones that can compete in today's market, but will they do it? Will they try it all in the U.S. market? Because they've got a lot of competition when it comes to the budget-friendly phones, and that just remains to be seen. So let's switch over to Apple for a second. So apparently there's a video. Now I haven't watched this video because once I saw people tweeting about it, I was like, I'm not even interested in that. I'm sure that I could log into my thing and get an Apple Card, but the Apple Card, the things that people get excited about in tech, that's some serious passion. That's some serious passion. Personally, I'm not excited about getting another credit card. I try to keep my credit cards at a zero balance. I have zero interest. So I want to, spend a little, then pay it. That's just me. But it seems like people are excited about this Apple Card. Isn't it? It's just another credit card, right? I don't get it. It's just another credit card, from what I can see. If they give the briefcase to tech guys, the HTC will come back on top. Sadly, it's true, because some people will in fact take a payday to say something's good. More debit, more sales win for Apple. So is the Apple Card pretty much just a debit card? It's a credit card, yeah. I got a credit card. I don't need another credit card. I don't even foresee myself reviewing a credit card. I don't get it. There's nothing. It's just another credit card. Like Mikey Tech and all you guys are saying, Sean, it's just another credit card. I don't see what's so exciting behind that, but it's cool. I respect the tech game, but I don't see the point of being. Some of the things that Apple can convince people to get excited about. Wow. I don't understand it. It's weird. It's a credit card. What they don't tell you is, Apple is something else, man. Like, in order to get a credit card, you have to have. Okay, well, I don't really know because I don't know. I have good credit, so I'm sure I can get an Apple Card, but I don't want an Apple Card. If you're smart, you only just need one credit card or maybe two. Sometimes you'll have that credit card that you just use for gas or food or things like that you're just floating, and then you have that other card, which is your main card that you take seriously. You're responsible with this. You have enough money on there to buy a car cash, that credit card. So you want to be responsible with that. You got a 0% APR, and on your other cards you might have a 4% APR or whatever. But personally, it's just another form of control. Credit cards are totally. If you don't have a zero interest rate credit card or anything under 3% or 4% or something like that, I would get rid of that credit card. I wouldn't accept those. They're getting a lot of money. And Apple, on the other hand, with the Apple credit card, it's okay. So easily, this is why it's linked to no numbers to your card. Yeah, it's another form of control, in my opinion. And I just don't see the purpose of. I don't see how that fits into the tech world. Somebody mentioned T-Mobile's bank thing too. T-Mobile's thing is, I don't think it's like Apple's. Apple's is like, we even gonna control you with the credit cards. Jay will do an Apple Card in Boston. Yeah, I know, Tech Ran. I've been hearing about it on Twitter. Shout out to Vibe Nation. Was Vibe Nation that? I've been seeing, I guess MKBHD unboxed a credit card or something. I didn't watch the video because I'm not interested in that. So I don't know what happened with that video, so I can't comment on the video. But apparently he reviewed a credit card. How's that even possible? If he didn't go over his APR or his limits and just showed you a card on camera, wow, everybody who watched that, you got issues. I can just go to my wallet real quick and get out my MasterCard and like, hey, check this out. and get my American Express. Here's my, here you go. This is what it looks. My American Express card looks cool. You know, see through is black. Yeah, but what else? What do I need? I don't know. It's weird. Oh man, look, yo. I know you. Some of y'all might not know who this is. The Cafe Enterprise is here, y'all. Whoa, man, I done made it now. Cafe is creeping through here, and I have made it. Wow. Yeah. What's going on, Cafe? Golly, I ain't seen Cafe in a minute. Shout out to H-Town, Houston, I see. But man, doing a box of a credit card. Man, that would be funny if I would have got my American Express out. I'm like, yo, here come my black card. You know what I'm saying? This is I didn't watch his video, so I'm not trying to diss him in any kind of way. But I just think it's weird that the tech world is excited about that. But still on Apple's tip for a little bit, the iPhone. So I see a lot of people saying that the iPhone is going to fail. And it's not even here yet. Yeah, Cafe's been hiding for sure. It's the iPhone is not here yet. So earlier I talked about, hey, the iPhones aren't content creators' first choice for video. At least not from where I sit. There might be a lot of people using an iPhone, and I'm sure some people in here use an iPhone too, for content creation. But the iPhone, some people feel like it's going to fail already, and I don't understand how you could say something's going to fail before it even gets in. That's the same argument about the Note 10, the small variant, and the big variant. The iPhone will not fail. As long as you still have billions of people who use iPhones, they're going to sell. People are going to buy it. Someone's going to buy that. And you also have to look forward to all of the same tech reviewers saying it's great. That's what you have to look forward to. You have to look for. Sean is crazy, man. Oh my gosh, man, I need you here, bro. You keep me on my game. It's weird, that some people really feel like it's gonna fail. How could something fail before it even drops off? I want to talk about the smaller variant of the Galaxy Note in just a minute. But the iPhone is leaking out. It's leaking out like everything else, and this is just how it works. So, actually, Gigi, they're in the washer right now. I'm about to switch them over to the dryer in a little bit. Honestly, that's the truth. She know my washing days, man. She know the days. Every few days, I'm washing. Got to keep it clean. But people who are complaining about the iPhone right now, especially when it's not even out, I don't see how it's going to fail. Only thing I would want from Apple is something different. That's the only thing. Just give me something different. That's it. Don't keep giving me the same phone, on the front. Change the front. There's nothing wrong with change, but Apple probably won't do it. They probably won't do it. They probably just won't do it. So the Galaxy Note, man, I haven't like officially watched a lot of videos. I haven't watched any unboxings and stuff with the Galaxy Note, but I've been checking out a few people's Galaxy Note coverage, and I guess I'm more surprised that the Fold. Okay, I'll get to the Fold in just a second, Mikey Tech. I'll get to my opinion on that. I've covered it a bunch of times, but it is updating and it's getting ready to come. But the Galaxy Note 10, the smaller variant, how is it that phone is such a fail? I don't understand it. This is it's like a lot of people in the tech community. You know what? Like I said, and the only reason I said this is because I want all that I can get for my money. Because there are Quad HD displays that cost $900. But the problem is I don't know why Samsung didn't put a Quad HD display on that device. Some people feel like it'll take a shot at the Galaxy S line. Some people feel like it's just too close to the Galaxy S line. I don't know why they did that, and I really don't so much care because I saw the phone in person, and like Tech Rant saying on his video, the smaller variant is beautiful, and I honestly considered getting the smaller variant because the size of it is perfect, man. It's a good size for a Galaxy Note, but our standards, I think, for the smartphone game We deserve, let's be clear here. It's not so much that Samsung is charging $950 for the phone. It's just the fact that they just didn't put a quad HD display on it for whatever crazy reason. Are they thinking that, oh, we might mess up our Galaxy S line? Well, you know what? I say get rid of the Galaxy S line. Bring the full Galaxy A line. This is in TechRant's video. Let's use TechRant's video for a benchmark. If you haven't seen his video, just go check it out. I'm not going to spoil it for you, but as a benchmark, this is what I would do if I were Samsung. I would eliminate the Galaxy S line and bring the A line over here, because basically in TechRant's video, he made a comment at one point saying the phone should have been about $750 and it should have said, take that OnePlus. But to me, they can eliminate all by just eliminating the S line and bringing the A line over here and sell a boatload of the A line. Samsung they're trying to play, to me, both sides of the fence, and they really can dominate the budget line. They can dominate, because some people in here have the A50, I have the A70. The A line is not new. The A line is not new, it's just that Samsung won't officially bring it to the US. So if Samsung decides to bring the A line over here and kill off the S line, and then sell the Galaxy Note for $950, I'd be okay with it. I would just put it, make them the same specs, just make a small one and a big one. I'll be okay with it. Some people might say, oh, that's crazy. They're not going to kill off the S line. Why not? What's so great about the S line? You know, it's a lot of money. The top of the line Galaxy S10 costs what, $1,700 or something like that? That's crazy. The A line is way more appealing than the S line. But you know, hey, maybe I'm crazy. I could be crazy, but Samsung takes risks, and I like it. I like that they take risks. But we are missing out as consumers when they don't bring the A line to the US officially. The A line is a champ. And you guys told me, you said, hey, Jay, the A line replaced the J line. If I were Samsung, because people don't know it, but Samsung actually has a lot of budget phones. A lot of them just are not in the US. So I think Samsung should just, because honestly, the Note line, I would not tell a person to get the Galaxy S line over the Note line now that I see today's pricing. And that's something else that, TechRant talked about in his video. I think the big version starting at $1099, based on today's market, I think that's more than fair. I'm not saying that it's okay that we should pay those prices. But what I'm saying is, if $1099 for starting price for the Galaxy Note, the big one, for all that phone gives, compared to what all the other people that charge, all the other companies that charge a whole bunch, the Note line is the best option. No other way to say it. If you want to spend $1,100 and you look at all the $1,100 phones, the Note line is the way to go. The Galaxy Note line is the way to go. Again, it's not that we want to spend those prices, but just think about that. The Galaxy Note line is just another Android phone. But the real kicker, and we're going to get to Google in a second. We'll get to Google in a minute, because that phone just officially was shown publicly. But I just feel like for what Samsung is doing, they can control the budget field. Like, they can dominate the budget field, which is where Apple does not dominate. Apple doesn't dominate the budget field because what Apple's trying to do is sell these old phones from 5 years ago, and it's working. They are still selling the iPhone 6s, the 7. They're good phones, and they're going to get updated for the next 3 to 5 years. However, Samsung can dominate that area by knocking out this S line. Because think about, have you ever asked yourself here, just now that you know the pricing of the Galaxy Note line, the new Galaxy Note line, have you ever thought about why the Galaxy S line even exists still? There's really not, because the smaller variant of the Galaxy Note 10 is actually really sweet, man. I mean, some people will harp on it doesn't have an SD card, it got the slower charging bricks, things like that, but that phone has 8 gigs of RAM and 256 gigs of storage. I mean, that alone shuts down a lot of flagships, but because that doesn't come baseline. But I mean, if in fact, Samsung wanted to, they could dominate, in my humble opinion, dominate the budget field with the A line and then leave the Note as their straight up premium. Done with it. Done with it. The A line is just simply fantastic. It is. It's fantastic. Now, $1,100 phones. Nobody wants to pay $1,100. Let's be clear here. We don't want to. But I spoke about this in another video, and I have to say it again. It's all trickery and a way to convince you that you're getting a good deal by saying you can pay monthly for it. You're still paying the same price, but this is another form of control when you're paying monthly on something that you can't afford. And that's not to say that I'm not trying to insult anybody, but let's be clear here. Who's not living check to check? Millionaires, billionaires. And who's making those millionaires and billionaires? We are. Take a second, look in front of you and look on you and see how many millionaires you helped. You just think about that. So this trickery of telling us we're getting a great deal, by paying monthly for a $1,500 device, a $1,200 device, I'm telling you, it's all trickery. It's all a game. I think somebody just typed in there, it's a game. Or I think Gigi typed, it's a game. She's right. It's a game. It's a game to play with your mind to get you to convince you that you're getting a good deal. In all actuality, when they took away subsidies from the carriers, that was all in their plan to get more money from us. It's a bad thing. Some people thought it was a good thing that they took away contracts. Folks, we're still under a contract. You'll always be under a contract if you're financing your phone. Come on, wake up. Wake up. Wake up. You're always going to be under a contract. It's a straight up joke and a slap in the face to consumers to try to make us believe that taking away contracts was the best thing. All that happened is they didn't want to flip the bill anymore, and they're making us flip the bill. Fast forward to today, you got us paying for everything, a $1,200 phone, and so they say, well, we're going to lower your contracts. We're going to lower your pricing down. Folks, we're still getting played. And I'm saying I'm not excluding myself. We are getting played. The only way you won't get played is if you get onto the next subject that I'm about to get onto, which is the Pixel. You have to live unlocked if you don't want to get played. I don't have no phone insurance, and I straight try to live unlocked as much as possible, and I try to look for the best deals. So, Google, the Pixel 4. Let's just be clear here. Google messed up with the Pixel 3 with that pricing. If you think that Google didn't screw you over with the pricing of the Pixel 3, you too much of a Google fan. Google messed us up with the Pixel 3. What did Google do next? They said, okay, we can win them back. We'll bring out the same phone, take away a bunch of stuff, and cut the price in half. And it worked. We'll give them the same cameras, make it look the same, just kind of dumb it down in the inside, but we'll make that software run so smooth they won't even care about what's inside. And they won. They won a ton of people. The 3A line is where it's at. The Pixel 3, if you have a Pixel 3, I know you're going to the Pixel 4. The 3A line is where it's at, folks. There's no denying this. Google stumbled and they hit their head real hard and they said, you know what, man, we messed up. We got to get some customers back. They brought out the 3A line. And in the interim of doing that, they slapped a lot of the Pixel 3 customers. A lot of Pixel 3 owners said, oh, I don't feel bad. But I'm telling you, man, the Pixel 3A is huge. And then also, the price dropped. There's TechRant's comment. The price dropped on the Pixel 3. Now, I know the Pixel 3 is, about a year old almost? But the Pixel 4, someone was spotted, and I think they do this intentionally, you know what I'm saying? The Pixel 4, it's all over the internet. I'm just reading offline. So you do your own search. If the things that I'm saying in this video, it's all on the internet. So you just search for yourself and treat all of this as rumor mill if it's not already official. But the Pixel 4, somebody was using it, like straight up. They were using it. No case. I've done beta testing before on phones that come out. And when I sign that non-disclosure agreement, you will never see that phone until it's official. Or if they have it in some kind of case, sometimes they'll give you these like little locking cases to cover it up so people can't notice it in public. But this person was on the plane or, they were on the bus or wherever they at, and they was just using it, watching a movie with it right in their lap, clear as day. And it looked awesome. So I'm personally ready for the Pixel 4. The only thing I'm worried about And Easy always say the tech gods. He say the tech gods. The only thing I'm worried about is the pricing coming out above $800, and then they try to pull the same thing that they did with the Pixel 3. I'm not saying that it won't be worth whatever it's worth because we don't have it yet, but I like the fact that Google showed us some of the beast mode performance of that thing already. I mean, they showed us, they said, y'all want to play games, y'all want to leak our products, we don't know who did it, we'll leak it. We'll make it official. And they showed it to us. So it's not about, the phone itself to me at this point. It's about how are they going to price this thing? If in fact the Pixel 4 comes out with a quad HD display, 90 hertz, because some people are so caught up on 90 hertz right now. I don't see you can't even tell unless you're kind of scrolling back and forth. I use it myself. I wasn't impressed with it. It's not worth the selling point of it's just the best. This is the way all displays should go. I saw a few people saying that the Note should have had a 90 hertz display. Why? What's the big deal? I would rather have a 4K display than a 90 hertz display. That's just me. I could be crazy, but whatever. So the 90 hertz display, if they just pack it in and price it correctly, like when I say price it correctly, I mean they're thinking about the consumer. Because listen, let's be honest here, they thought about the consumer with the 3A line. Did they not? They even came out and said it. We bumped our heads pretty much, and we got to make up for it. You know what I'm saying? So they made up for it with the 3A line. Now the challenge, and I said it. A lot of us have said it in other videos. The 3A line is the one that's going to hurt Google if they bring the 4 out. At a really steep price. So the Pixel 4. Let me read this comment from Gerald Moody. It just happened to stand out to me. He said the Pixel 4 should come out starting at about $750. Now, with that $750 price tag, they're going to have to be extremely competitive. Meaning, they now have to start taking into consideration the OnePlus 7 Pro. They have to take that phone into consideration. I'm not saying they should compete with OnePlus 7 Pro. And the reason I say they have to take that phone into consideration is because OnePlus they picked up a big barrel of water and just poured it all into the glass. Just poured it all in. They just said, we ain't leaving nothing out. They just poured it all in and said, we're going to charge $750. For 12 gigs with $250, they just threw it all in there. So Google, they're not stupid. They're paying attention to everybody that's around them, and they're going to have to pay attention to OnePlus now. OnePlus was like the little kid on the sidelines who always wanted to get in the game, and nobody would let him in. They let him shoot a couple of shots. People saw that they was good, but they were still too small. The little kid, you can't play with us yet. Now, OnePlus, they put on some Air Jordans, you know what I'm saying? Number ones, and they in the game. We got to respect it. OnePlus, while it's a big phone, heavy phone, bulky phone, it's offering a whole bunch. It is in the direction of innovation. Let's be honest. They got it from Vivo, obviously, Apple, which is the parent company, but still, they're in the direction that I want them to go in. So if Google does not respect OnePlus when they bring that price out, it's going to be, it might be a problem. Because OnePlus threw everything in there. They threw everything in there and they said, take that. Now, one thing is that I don't think the OnePlus 7 Pro is selling as well as people might think. Not that sales matter to me, like they should. I don't really care if they make money or not. But I respect, you get in a fight with somebody, you think they can't fight, then they check that chain of yours, you're like, dang, okay, they didn't knock me out, but sheesh, I gotta get focused. That's pretty much what OnePlus did. They earn their respect in the tech game by just continuously throwing everything in the pot, and it tastes good. It's the best stew you'll ever have for that price. So Google, and I want to talk about the design of the Pixel 4 real quick, because there's a lot of hypocrisy going on in the tech world. When HTC brought out the squeeze feature, everybody said it was lame. Google brought it onto their phone. It's amazing. The design of the Google Pixel, the top is too big, the bottom's too small. when in the world did that become something? Why does your phone have to look a certain way to these high standards? So you want what? We're just gonna be walking around with a thin. You seen those movies where they trying to act like the future is here and they got these little glass pieces of glass? That's what we're gonna be at after a while. And insurance, everybody gonna have to get insurance on their phones. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want just a thin sheet of glass, man. I want some bezels to hold on to. I would prefer to have the way the Pixel 4 looks, with the top part a little thicker and the bottom real thin. You know, I know you guys know of the Asus, the Aqua Crystal or whatever it's called. That phone was sweet, man. I mean, it was a good phone. It was nothing wrong with it. You know what I'm saying? It looks sweet, and that's what I think about when I think about the Pixel. So what? It's got a little bit of corner of top up there, but look at all those sensors that they have in the top of that phone. They have a boatload of stuff up there that's actually probably functional. So the way the phone looks, about that much of my percentage, it could look cool and everything, but I want it to perform. You know, I want it to perform. So Tech Rant says MKBHD started the whole bezel chin thing and everybody followed. You know, it's unfortunate that the powers that be, respect to the young brother, but he's right. You know, when like this credit, I guess again I didn't watch the video, but he's got people pumped up about a credit card. Like what? You know what? Most of the people watching that don't even have good enough credit to get the credit card. So that's the sad part about it. No diss. You know what your credit look like. So if your credit ain't right, make sure you take care of your credit. I think TK got a video out there on how to fix your credit. But take care of your credit, man. Don't worry about getting a credit card if you know. I always tell people, side note, if you're not good with $15, you're not going to be good with $1,500. Same person, more money, don't make it any different. So if you bad with $15, you're not going to be good with $1,500. You're not going to be good with $150. You're not going to be good with $15,000. And a credit card is a lot of responsibility. Credit cards impact your score first. Trust me, I know. I mean, trust me, I'm telling you from experience. If you can't handle $15, or you're always in a rush to go spend your money, don't get a credit card. Don't get it. Don't do it. You're gonna hurt yourself. Hey Jay Will, please read my comment above. Please, man, please. I like James Brown. Please, please, please. Yeah, it's my old school. So where your comment at, man? Let me go back up. Okay. I think that enthusiast brands like OnePlus will eventually betray us. If they don't, then they will fail like Pebble. Pebble tried to cater to us. Oh, you're talking about Pebble? Okay, gotcha. I was like, Pebble. Okay, they tried to go mainstream and failed. Failure is not an option for some people, and I don't think at this point OnePlus can fail. I don't know how you would think they're going to portray us. You obviously have the inside track. I don't. I ain't balling like that. But technically, T, what's going on, man? I see you at work. I see you at work chilling, man. You must be working remote today. Technically, T in the house, y'all. But I don't see the reason that OnePlus can never fail me is because I'm not that emotionally attached to OnePlus. And I'm not saying you are. I'm just responding in general to your comment. I have to put that disclaimer out there. Some people get sensitive. OnePlus can never fail me. He said the door's closed. My man. OnePlus can never fail me. None of these companies can never fail me in that sense. It's because I don't take it that serious. I'm not that loyal to just one brand. Sometimes it might sound like it, but I'm loyal to certain brands, but not the way some people are loyal. Like the way they just all about that brand and everything else is bad. You know what I'm saying? What's going on, G Burrell? I think that's how you say your name. What's going on? But you know, if Google does not respect today's pricing in the market, they might have a problem. And I say that because I want the Pixel. I think the definition of Android is the Google Pixel lineup or the Nexus lineup that they destroyed. Now, one side note is that Jay Justine, they even wear T-shirts of loyalty. That's crazy, man. Yeah, you're right. One thing about Google, how I talked about Samsung being able to dominate. Tech Rand is crazy. I love it. Your comments be having me rolling, man. Oh man, I'm Joseph. I'm doing good, man. What's going on? I see you, Eric. What's going on, man? The thing about Google is I talked about Samsung being able to dominate. Google can actually really dominate. You know what I'm saying? Google, Cafe said Google don't care about the price. Um, Google can dominate even more so than Samsung because Google has what? Anybody know the advantage that Google has? Google has a lineup that crushes all of the Android phones, but it's not in the US. Anybody know what that lineup is? It's been out for a while. They're on their this will be the fourth generation of that lineup. Anybody know? Put in the chat if you think you know what it is. Obviously, I know what it is. But anybody, I've got a few of them. Google, they've got a special phone that, there it is right there. Will D said it. They have the Android One line. Our dog, what's going on? Our dog said, man, I have no idea. Google has the Android One line, and they're coming in now. I guess it's a little delayed for me. The first person I saw say it was Will. They have the Android One line, and the Android One line dominates all. I mean, have you seen how premium these phones look? Google could make a deal with Xiaomi, bring them over here to the US and shut down all of this stuff. They could sell those phones for $99 a pop, and you're going to get fast premium phones. You will get it. You will get it. Let's watch this. Oh, oh man, you guys are crazy, man. Oh boy. Google can make a deal with Huawei, Xiaomi, LG. They can make a deal with anyone and put that Android One on it and come over here and shut the US our Android game down. Resale value, everything would just be shut down. No other OEM will be able to mess with Android One because, and for people to say, oh, and stock Android is boring. You don't really like stock. You don't like Android to me if you don't like Google's lineup of stock Android. This is what, and that's no diss or anything. I'm just saying it's weird to hear people say they don't like stock Android because that's what Android is all about. This is the way it's supposed to be. Not all this other stuff with all these different skins and overlays and all this other stuff. That slows Android down and it makes it not as, appealing to me. I like stock Android all day long, man. Yeah. I gotta turn on my video shield, man. Joseph, I've been in the office, but I've just been doing other stuff. I need to power up because I got an update like 3 weeks back, but I'll check it again if there's another update. Yeah, this is comments here. Can Android One be bought in the U.S.? You can buy Android One devices. You can buy them. I buy them all the time. Xiaomi, you can buy them over here. Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay, now everybody check out T's comment, which is correct. You can, some people might not remember those, but there was a Google edition of a lot of phones out. Like, so you have the regular Sony edition of the phone, then you have the Google edition. You have the Samsung version, you have the Google edition. They were expensive, but they were good. They were good. Yeah, they were good. The skins are why those phones don't get updates quickly. Truth. Lethal said it best. Truth. The more a phone is skinned, and also if you don't know, here's the thing. Quick question for the real tech heads out there. I know a lot of you guys won't know this, but how much do you think it costs that they pay for a software update? Companies. How much do you think companies pay for a software update? Anybody can get that right answer? I know the answer, obviously, but I want to see how close you guys are. $20, man? Nah, bro, you way off. Yeah. Oh, no. We would get updates super fast if it was $20. It costs a pretty penny. I won't say it's a lot. It's definitely not $20. Some of you guys are close. Yeah. It costs a lot of money to do a software update. Yeah, between $500,000 and $1 million is what it costs for a software update. That's a lot of money just to do a software update. So now consider this. Now that you know that, right? You know how much it costs? Roughly between $5 and $1 million. Why do you think the carriers don't put updates on their devices? Think about that. No, it's not free, Eric. Why do you think companies don't do software updates a lot? Now that you have a little bit of knowledge on pricing, some companies might charge a lot of money to update their phones. And so why do you think carriers don't update their phones? Which goes back to the skins. Yeah, it makes sense, right? Who in their right mind is going to update all these older phones? So now you go back to, um, it costs one. Now you go back to Apple. This is why Apple wins in this light, because they're so in control of their products. It's all in-house. That's why their older phones can get all these updates. Android, on the other hand, is open source. So take a phone like the Galaxy S8 on T-Mobile. How long did it take to get the update? What, if anybody has it, what's the firmware it's on? Is it on Android 9? Yeah. All right, man, take care, historical. Yeah. The Galaxy S8 is considered a stupid old phone already, right? But you got iPhone 5Ss and iPhone SEs on the latest firmware, because Apple is Apple is controlling everything. They got it on lockdown. And then you get these carriers. They're not. You think a carrier is going to pay $1 million update an old phone? Probably not. How is one? Because they have their own operating system. They're based off of stock Android, and their stuff is in-house. They're using open source, but it's in-house. And they're choosing to flip these updates. They're updating theirs based on that kernel. You see what I'm saying? What's going on? All Kina Ting. Okay, all right. TK sent you over here. TK is my man. New Mobile did not update. No wonder New Mobile didn't update the G3. It costs a lot of money to do an update, folks. It's not free. How can Google maintain if they're not charging something? It's open source, but you think a carrier is going to update? Just consider that for a second. Why don't all Android phones get all the updates on time? Because if it was free, even though it's open source, if it was free, don't you think all the phones would have updates? Just consider it for a second now. Think about it. Yeah, that's why. Because money. If I was a carrier and I have all these old phones, I wouldn't pay all this money to update these phones, man. I would be like, that thing's dead. It's dead. With Apple, companies don't have to worry about it. Apple is like BlackBerry. You remember? Okay, so I don't know how much they're like Apple. John Mooring, what's going on, D? I don't know how much they're like Apple, but how about if you were a true BlackBerry fan, you know that there was one file, right? And you can take that one file and update every BlackBerry device you had. Remember that? Remember, BlackBerry had one file they put out there, and you take that file and you update all your phones. Remember, anybody? Okay, nobody remembers? Maybe not. Okay, I'm sure it's a delay in the chat, but that's how BlackBerry used to do. Apple, on the other hand, looks like they're doing the same thing. One little patch, they send it all out the same. Okay, there we go. All right, there you go. Back me up, somebody. Yeah. Okay, there we go. I see the yeses coming in. BlackBerry had one file, and you update. You can get on there and take that one file and download it. And I used to update all my BlackBerries. It just worked across the board. But Apple, on the other hand, has it easy because they're in so much control and it's all in-house. And now Apple's going to start doing processors. What they got the hook up with the processors. Who did they buy recently for? What was it, $1 billion they bought them? I was just reading about Google doesn't charge anything for software. Third-party testers charge their own software engineers to update, and they have to pay. Okay. Hey, what do I know? I got the inside track, and I'm not saying you're wrong, but if it was that easy, my sources tell me that it's a lot of money to update a device. It's not free. Because if it was free, why aren't all the phones updated? Somebody say I still have my Motorola Milestone 2. It's on Froyo. Man, that's a classic right there. Classic. If Android is free to update, why? Anyone else feel old because remember the 90s? Oh, man. I'm a 70s person, so, I have to remember. Because they want to sell a new model. Reason might be it's a good idea having an iPhone. Android, it may be open source, but nothing is free. And it costs a whole bunch for the carriers and people to update their devices. Carriers are the worst. This is why I would say don't buy carrier devices if you can avoid it. Because carriers, Android 1 is the way to go. Yeah. Android 1 is, if you want some stock Android on the cheap. Yeah. Carrier versions are cool. Though a lot of people have carrier versions of phones. No diss on you, but if you can live unlocked, always live unlocked. Carrier phones do not get updates as quickly. Tech King Mike, what's up to the stream? What's going on? Oh man, that's love. Appreciate the super chat. I don't know if I'm the greatest of all time, but I'm the greatest of all time. I mean, Ali, my man. But yeah, man. I don't know how some of these. I think a lot of these companies, these companies just bring phones out knowing that they're not going to update it. Yeah, they're not going to update it. Free updates on Android 1. It's Google. That's why I said stock Android is the way to go. You want updates? Stock Android. Carrier phones are okay, but they push your delay. They delay all of your stuff. They delay everything, man. My opinion on, okay, so the Mi A3. If you're just joining in, man, Money Smartphone News, if you're at work, don't get caught up. It's not my fault. I can't pay for stuff you get in trouble. Side, put your Bluetooth in, and let's get it rolling. But the Mi A3. So shout out to Mobile Geezer. If you don't follow Mobile Geezer, everybody on my channel, go over and give him a view, man. I rocks with George, man. Mobile Geezer, he been in the game. I won't tell too much of his business, but he's a smart person. I'll say that. He does reviews like me, and he recently unboxed the Mi A3, and I enjoyed it. That phone might be a phone that I've had every Mi A. I had the 1, the 2, and the 3. He still got all of his. I sold off my 2s and kept my 1. So the 3A is actually looking pretty good. I just want them. Let me check current pricing real quick. Yeah. I rock. Me and George. I just go to his house. Hey man, can I come? I'm gonna be in Tennessee. I'm gonna stop now. On the way to his house, where I go, his house is right on. Like I can really just stop and be like hang out and then go keep on my track. I got to make it over to North Carolina and Atlanta again. Hopefully, I'll be in Atlanta soon. Let's check the current pricing on the Mi A3. Let's see, Mi A3, and George gets his from Amazon. For phones like that, I like to jump on eBay. So it's going down in price already, folks. I might grab it. I might go ahead and grab it. 220 bucks. It seems like a great deal. That's pretty good right there. The last time I looked at this, it was 275. No, it was 280. Then it was 275, and now it's 220. So maybe I'll bring this in and review it. The only problem I have with this, reviewing this phone, and I'm just to be honest, is the Galaxy A line. The Galaxy A line is so nice. If you don't have any of the A50, I'm also thinking about picking up the A50. I'm considering picking up the A50 because it's just that good, man. The A70 is fantastic. The A80, shout out to Spectacular Gadgets, man. She's rocking with the A80. I haven't seen anything else from her in a minute on the phone, but the 64 gig, 4 gigs of RAM, Mi A3, 220 bucks. That's a fantastic deal to me. But the Galaxy A80, again, shout out to Spectacular Gadgets. I haven't seen, she unboxed it. She got a little first impressions or whatever. But the A50, Tana has the A50, I believe. A few people have the A50. And now the A10S is another one that just came out. It's just being leaked or whatever. The A80 is cool. I just didn't want the moving parts, and it's priced almost twice as much as the A70, and you get the moving parts. I don't understand that. You get the moving parts it's cool, and you get the better camera because you only have one camera. Shout out to Super Chat, Mamade Traro. Sorry about that, butchered your name. But the A80, the reason I didn't get the A80 is because of the moving parts and the price. I don't understand how they are almost doubling the price. Let me check the current pricing of the A80. If the A80 is down in price, I will buy it right now on the stream. If it's down closer to the price of the A70, I'll buy it. Galaxy A80. It's still too much for me, man. It's too much. It's too much. Let me see if I can get it here. Smartphones. Is it dropping? I hope so, man, because it was 600 when I looked at it, son, when she first bought it, and I bought my it's 500 is the lowest. I still think that's too much. Man. I'm not saying it's a bad phone, but I can get the Mi A, not the Mi, I can get the Mi 9T for $300 right now. Why wouldn't I get that instead of getting the A80? The A80 is the same phone I have with a flip-up camera. Pretty much that's it. And the processor is different, but you won't be able to tell the difference in the speed and processor. 500 for that phone is cool. I'm not saying it's a bad phone because I don't have it. But I have the A70, and the A70 is tight. It's the same phone. It's just a few specs that are different. You know what I mean? Jay, do you think the regular Note 10 will do? I think the regular Note 10 will do fantastic. That is what I was going to talk. I think I talked about that earlier. I think a lot of people just crapping all over that's Sister Moss. Just crapping all over the smaller variant of the Galaxy Note 10 is crazy. It's crazy. So I don't know, man. Whether a phone would do well or not, I don't know. But I can tell you that from a person who buys a whole bunch of phones, who reviews a whole bunch of phones, how could you sleep on it? How do you sleep on that? How do you sleep on it? I don't know. There's too many phones out there that the Galaxy A80 is competing against, and their pricing is a little. Think about this. I can get a OnePlus 6T or a OnePlus 7 for $500. Let me check the OnePlus 7 price. Let me just check it. OnePlus 7. Not the Pro. I want the regular one. 400. Look, yo. The OnePlus 7 costs less than the Galaxy A80, folks. I can get a OnePlus 7 8 gig, 256 gig for $480 brand new. Why would I get the Galaxy A80 over that? I just wouldn't do it, son. I wouldn't do it. There's no way. And this is based on value to the customer. I'm not saying the A80 is a bad phone because I pretty much have the same phone right here. But why would I get the Galaxy A80 over a red OnePlus 7 with a Snapdragon 855 stereo speakers, 256? Come on, son. Nah, can't do it. There's no way. It's just not a good financial choice when it comes to buying a phone in the $500 range. And then also that $500 range, you too close to the G8, man. The G8 slaughters all these from what I can see. I'm on eBay, TechRant. I'm on eBay. There's absolutely no way that it's like you said, it's a no-brainer. That $500 price tag is too close to the G8. There's no way. The G8 is my benchmark at $620. The G8 is my benchmark. And if you come in too close to that, then nah, sir. Living life for a living. What's going on, sir? The Pixel lineup is boss. That's all I'm saying. I don't disagree. Pixel 4 in 2019. I hope it comes out and dominates. Because why not? Sorry if you felt some kind of vibration. That's my workout reminder. What's your question, man? Is the original Pixel worth it? I don't know, man. I mean, you got to determine the value of what you think is worth it. You know what I'm saying? Is the original Pixel worth it in 2019? Just bought one and it's on the way. You only paid $61 for it. How is that not a good deal? Come on, son. Come on, man. Oh, $279 for Jay Justine says, I would just go for the A80, man. If I were you, A70. If you got $280 for the A50, not saying the A50 is bad. This is Jay Justine. I'm not saying the A50 is bad. The A50 is boss because it's just like the A70, but I would go for the A70. Let me check the current pricing on the A70. The A70, you get a 6.8 inch or 6.7 inch display, man. it's beast mode. It's crazy. The A70 is such a good value, man. It's unreal. But I'm not telling you what to buy. I'm just telling you what, based on my experience. Because again, I don't have the A50, but I know people. Tana has it. Yeah, no doubt. So 300. So you know what is so strange? $330 now. I paid $340 for mine, and it's hovering around $330 or so. I would spend a little bit of more cash, man, and I would grab that A70 instead of the A50, because I think Tana, he has the A50, and he was like, man, now that I see that A70, that A50 is nice, but the A70, man, the A70 is, whew, it's nice, man. It's real nice. I would definitely go with the A70. I mean, I've done easily. A video just went live. That's my 12 o'clock Veda video. Yeah, Veda. I'm participating in Veda. I'm just not labeling them Veda. I told you guys I'm pumping out a video every day at 12 p.m. alongside every other video. So I guess a video just went live. My workout notification just popped up too. But yeah. Here, check this out. I'm gonna send you this link. Again, I don't know these sellers, man. So you buy at your own risk. But I'm telling you that the A70, in my opinion, I mean, Tana's in here still. I think. Ask Tana what he thinks about the A50 compared to. He doesn't have the A70, but I know he saw the A70 and was like, "Yo, whew, this is hot." So I'm gonna drop the Oh shoot, put my thing down there. Okay, I'm gonna drop this right here. There you go. That's a link to the A70. Yeah. You guys got to do your research, man. When you're buying phones and stuff like that, you got to do your own research to find out what bands it has and stuff like that. I go over a lot of stuff, and I cover it. People are asking, does it have band 71? You don't need band 71. I know you're just asking that, but you don't need band 71. What do you need band 70? I got a question for the people who ask about phones having band 71. Why do you think you need band 71? That's not to call out the person that's asking that, but why do people think they need band 71? I really got to know. This is the front camera of the Galaxy A70, what I'm using right now. I normally stream, if I'm going to use a phone, I normally stream with the Motorola, the Moto G7, but I decided to just use the Galaxy A70 front camera. It's a 32 megapixel camera. So, but tell me why you guys, for those that frequently ask, like I hear this in forums a lot. Well, in YouTube comments, well, it doesn't have band 71, so it's a no buy for me. Tell me why you need band 71, and then if it's legit, then I'll agree with you. I gotta know. Why do people think they need band 71? Just curious. The A70 has all the bands but 66. It has 66. It doesn't have 71, but this is something that you should search for yourself. But it does have 66. So I'm just kind of curious why people want band 71. I don't know. Some phones have band 66 and 71s. Never been. Okay, listen. For anybody that thinks that they've been, first of all, I legitimate. I'm not trying to insult anybody. I just want to know the truth. What is band 71 used for? That's what I want to know. I know the answer to this, but what is band 71 used for? What are you using band 71 for? Just curious. I mean, I obviously know what the answer is, but I want to know if you guys know. Hey, LeBaron, what's going on, LeBaron? You snuck in here, man. Because the last I checked, 71 was going to start being used for 5G. But I could be wrong. You've got, TK says the rural LTE areas, 600 megahertz is what I was thinking. Okay, so I got to put my glasses on. Okay, yeah. So, okay, yeah. That's what I thought. I mean, I know I ain't crazy, but 71 is 600 megahertz. Yeah. And 5G is where it's supposed to be getting used. So when people say, well, it doesn't have band 71, so I'm out. Remember, people were saying this about band 66 too. So if 71 is used for, again, not trying to insult anybody, but if 71 is used for 5G, or is going to be used for 5G, and still getting built out, Why do people think they need band 66? Why do you need band 66? Just curious. Just want to know. And I say that because, folks, you don't need band 66. You don't need band 71. Look in your phone right now, download the LTE Finder app, and go into your settings, and I can guarantee you on band 2 or 4. The only way you'll be on band 12, I've heard some people say, well, I live in the country, so I'm on band 12. Huh? What? Huh? Like Dave Chappelle, huh? What? You in the country, so you on band 12? Come on, son. I have no idea what some of these. Now, I'm kind of talking about some of these YouTube comments. I've never in my life heard a person say, I'm on band 12, so I'm in the country, so I'm always stuck on band 12, which is why I can't have T-Mobile because, their service is bad. Huh? What? Last I checked, band 12 is just for deeper penetration. All of us, whether you're on T-Mobile or not, if you're on AT&T, you should be floating between 2, 4, 5, and 13, if I'm not, and 40 sometimes. But 2, 4, 5, 13 for AT&T, 2, 4, and maybe 12 for T-Mobile. Now, what else? Anybody? You're gonna be on one band at a time, folks. You're not gonna be on band. You're definitely not gonna be floating on band 12. It's not gonna happen, man. When I heard somebody say, I'm on band 12 and I'm in the country, so that's why I'm on band 12. I just laugh at that, son. I'm just like, okay. They were like, I'm in the country, and see, so look at you guys. So band 2 and 4 is where you should be floating at, because band 2 and 4 are the main bands for these companies. 1900, if you want to get technical, was the band. Remember, 1900 was 3G, then they converted it to 4G. 1900 is where we all were. That's how Sprint was able to dominate, right? Remember? Come on, put your thinking cap on. Sprint was dominating band 1900 back then. That's why Sprint was number 1 back in the day. How do you tell what band you're using? Okay, I'm not one to repeat myself, but I guess you just came in. Download the LTE app in any LTE Finder app in the Play Store or wherever you are, and it'll tell you what you are. There you go. Look at TK's comment. That's what it was. 1900 used to be like the dominating band. I remember when there was only 3G. Now they've moved to 1700, 1900, and 2100. So this isn't something that's like top secret. You just have to know what you're asking for. And the fact that people think they need band 66 and band 71, I don't know where they get this from. Now, the merger. The T-Mobile Sprint merger. I spoke about this before. I'm not, what happens is, you guys are crazy. What happens is, TK, 1900, what happens with this merger, in my opinion, is that it could be a positive thing, but it's taking away our options. It's taking away our options. And the merger is going to happen. It's already in motion, you know what I'm saying? It was some setbacks or something like that, but I think it's pretty much in motion. So that's a go. I don't feel any type of way about it, but it's gonna be some positives, but at the same time, it's gonna hurt us a little bit. You know what I mean? Some people are gonna lose their jobs. People are missing out on a lot of great phones, thinking they need all those bands. I say it again, Art Dog. I'm telling you, there's so many people that are afraid to buy phones. They just won't do it. This should bring some cheaper prices. Yeah, okay. So the other part of that merger, in the agreement, there's a fourth band being created. It's Dish purchased it. You know what I'm saying? So, and it's more along the lines of they're relying on Dish to bring those lower prices. Dish bought all the prepaid companies. It's no secret. Dish bought all of their prepaid companies and put them together, and they're making one carrier. So this is where I think that the merger isn't doing us any good. Sprint doesn't have voice over LTE. Yo, wait. So hold on, Kathy, back up. Sprint doesn't have voice over LTE? Huh? I didn't know that. I didn't know that. I didn't know that they didn't have voice over LTE. Is that because, well, okay, I was about to say, yeah, yeah. Okay, now that, okay. I was about to say, man, because I used a Sprint phone before, and I could have swore I had LTE, well, voice over LTE, but okay, so certain markets, because I'm in that market right there. I'm in that Austin market, and so certain markets have. Okay, yeah, okay. So maybe I jumped in on the conversation. He was saying something else. Okay, maybe I didn't know. Okay, yeah. So last year they started rolling it out. Okay. Yeah, I get that video went live. Is set to automatically publish. You know, I didn't hit any buttons. You can see my magic hands. We don't need Dish in the cell phone industry. What we need is cheaper prices from T-Mobile. And see, that's what this merger is so-called getting ready to drop. You know what I'm saying? The merger is so-called getting ready to bring all these jobs, and we're going to get we're going to get home services that we don't have. That's what they're saying. So we'll have to see. By 2024, I think it is, we'll see. 2024, we'll see what's up. Jay, today my OnePlus 6T just received Fanatic mode, and my wife has the Galaxy S10 Plus. Should she upgrade? I don't even know if that's considered an upgrade. You know, if she's in the Galaxy line, she got to, you know, view what's comfortable. They used to, and they got rid of them. The guys newer phones don't have it. Okay, so it's happening. Okay, not in Houston. Okay, so not in Houston. So it's the markets is what Sprint is doing. But I think the merger with T-Mobile and Sprint could be a positive thing. There are some positives to it. It's just a matter of, you know, how far they're willing to go with it, man. Because we know that they greased a lot of pockets, man, in order to get this merger done. Because what's different with this merger and the AT&T merger? You know what I'm saying? They were all trying. It was all about money and, you know, getting who gonna get the most people. And they're limiting us now to 3 major carriers. You know what I'm saying? And creating this other prepaid carrier. I was surprised that Virgin, Boost, and all those are going under that window, under that umbrella. That shocked me, man. I was like, yo, that's the crazy. I wasn't expecting that. But that's what I'm saying. They had to grease a lot of pockets, man, in order to get this thing right, to get it paid off. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. I truly think that it's going to be not as many positives as, you know, we was kind of thinking there would be. Who knows? I don't know. I don't have the answers. Rumors, leaks, treat it like that. So Monday Smartphone News, folks. If you're just coming in, I chatting live with you guys, man, on what's in the news, and looks like I've been going for about, over an hour. So a lot of you guys are in here, you know, at work. I hope you have a good rest of your day. Apparently, I just had a video go live, so go check that video out. It was an iPad video. I did that video for it. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully you guys go check that video out. I appreciate the support. I appreciate everybody who donate to the channel, whatever. It's all love, and I think it's gonna be a good thing. Actually, I do, GG. They stopped, man. I had to close the door because they was kind of loud. They were spinning, you know. I had to stop that, man. But yeah, man. No, man. I did not on Saturday. I was traveling. This whole weekend, man. I was traveling the whole weekend. I just came back. I told you I'm always traveling. I was just 8 hours rolling this weekend. I'm gone, son. Any videos and stuff to come out, sometimes I might be sending a tweet or something like that, man. I was out, gone. I just got back the other day. So, yeah. So, but Saturday I was on the road all day. And Sunday, well, we already know what that day is for. So, yeah, man. Monday Smartphone News, a video just went live, apparently, for my channel just went live. So 2 videos went live on my car channel. If you haven't seen my car channel, go ahead and check that out, son. Yeah, man. Having a lot of fun with this tech stuff. New stuff coming, man. And I gotta have a cup of coffee. I haven't had no coffee yet. So I think it's gonna be exciting times here in the next 2 months. By the end of September, everything should be out for 2019, and then the rest of the little stuff will come out. You know what I mean? But this is gonna be interesting in the next 2 months. Let's see what Apple brings. I mean, we kind of know what they're gonna bring. It's kind of like, okay, blah blah. But let's see what Google does. I'm actually really excited about the Google event more than the Apple event. I'm just excited about the Google event, man. I'm excited about the Google event. I'm ready for this thing to drop. I'm ready for Google to just come through with it, man. Just get it done. You know what I'm saying? The Galaxy Note 10 is amongst us right now. I already ordered mine. I told you I ordered mine. You know what I'm saying? So I'll have that hopefully in the next 2 weeks. And we're gonna roll with it, man. Just see how it goes down. I'm definitely ready for Google though. For some reason, I'm excited about Google. I'm really hoping that they bring it this time. And like I said earlier, I'm really concerned about the pricing. That is what I'm concerned about. They have to be competitive, because if they don't, and they try to base their phone based on all the stuff they have inside, it might hurt them a little bit, son. It might. So, hey man, team picks on the house all day long. Galaxy Note 10. It's a Galaxy Note. Phones that come to the channel, they get reviewed like every other phone, man. I don't give any kind of special treatment. I just review it as is, So, with phones like the Galaxy A70 and the Galaxy A80, the A50, that A line in general, I don't know, man. I don't know, son. It's hard to recommend $1,000 phone, even though I'm getting it for $600 or whatever. Still, it costs $1,000. I had to trade in my iPhone 10 to get it for half off. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. I'll probably have the new iPhone. What am I saying? Of course I'm going to have the new iPhone. But the Google Pixel 4 is what I'm really excited about. Really want to check those cameras, son. Really want to check them. So I'm going to get out of here, man. I appreciate you guys coming through on your work time. You know what I'm saying? Let me pop this chat in here. I appreciate you guys stopping through. It's always good to have you guys. The content creators, I love when content creators come to my stream. It's just mad respect, man. Mad love that you guys show. So I'll see you guys in the next video. It's a video live right now. It's the iPad Air 3-month follow-up just dropped. Look for some more videos on my car channel. I just dropped a video on the Durango. So go check that out. Appreciate everybody stopping through. It's your man Jay, and I'm out of here.